Will Volker Meyer go with us to Antarctica? You're probably thinking, who? What? Well, it turns out Volker Meyer is the latest flat earther to have some mystery donor offer to pay for him to go to Antarctica. What makes this even stranger is the fact that, well, I certainly never heard of the name of Volker Meyer. Ever. But strangely enough, this is the latest flat earther who's being, well, that someone's offering to pay for him to represent the flat earth in Antarctica. But no one knows who he is. So it seems like the final experiment is going on damage control here. The problem is, in doing so, it's just made things worse. Obviously, I've highlighted my thoughts on the final experiment, and one, I would like the actual observation done. It kind of find it interesting. But of course, two, I've highlighted that I don't trust any of the people associated with the final experiment who are going in December. And now we've got this mysterious flat earther who no one knows, certainly no one I've spoke to, and I've never heard of this guy. Suddenly Volker is the man of the moment here, with some, what was it? Mark Harmon has generally offered to pay for flat earther Volker Meyer to go to Antarctica with the final experiment. He will even pay Volker $25,000 if there's not a 24-hour sun there while we are there. I wonder what he'll pay Volker if he does see a 24-hour sun, or claims he does. Interesting. Now, naturally, with the way this is panning out, I had to comment. Some flat earther just suddenly appearing on the scene that no one's heard of. A mysterious donor, what was his name? Mark Harmon, offering to pay mega bucks for this flat earther that's no one's heard of to go to Antarctica and represent the flat earth community. Like I said, I had to highlight this. And so I did. I went into Will's chat and I said, who? This is sounding more and more ridiculous. Some character who no one has heard of is now going to represent the flat earth in Antarctica. All because of a random donation. You can't make this stuff up. Which obviously you can. It would seem the final experiment is searching for other characters to try and give this silly charade more clout, because obviously the ones that have been selected thus far clearly haven't got the backing of the community they're supposed to be representing. I'm sorry, Volker ain't gonna cut it, that's for sure. Never even heard of him. And the fact he's got some mystery donor, Mark Harmon, whoever that is, willing to put forward loads of money, and then willing to reward him should he not see a 24-hour sun. Yeah, very suspicious. So hence my comment. But then Will comes back, obviously realising that this damage control agenda that is running at the moment clearly isn't working. Or is it? Perhaps this was the plan all along, as Will's got, will you go to Antarctica with us if someone pays for you? Now, I appreciate the offer, Will, especially if it was a genuine offer from a genuine person. Appreciate it. But here's the problem. Me going into Antarctica in December, regardless of what happens in that sky, is not going to refute a thing I've ever said, have I? Is it? It's just not. So in that sense, it's not really worth my while going. Add to the fact, I really wouldn't want to be in a situation like that where I'm stranded, in a sense, with Dave McKeegan, other fantasists, and some other people who I've highlighted on this channel recently who I probably, let's be honest, wouldn't really see eye to eye or be getting on with. So I certainly wouldn't want to be in isolation with a group like that. I don't trust the people that are going, essentially. And it's a shame, because I would ideally like to have that observation done, because I'm not afraid of it. But Volker Meyer is not going to cut it as some sort of representative of the flat earth. No one's heard of him. This is just looking more and more desperate and more like a setup as it goes on. I mean, it'd be great to have my name on there, wouldn't it? A demonstrable realist, one that can't be swayed. Because that would be quite a catch for them. Not trying to make out I'm anything special. I'm just an ordinary bloke. But the fact is, my template, my stance has caused so many problems for the final experiment and the globe earth theory over the years, that perhaps trying to tempt me to go there would be quite a catch given what's coming, the propaganda, and no doubt a hit piece. So for that reason as well, I'm going to have to politely decline the generous offer, whoever it is who's offering to pay me to go to Antarctica, because I got some very, very, very suspicious vibes from the whole thing from day one. And the fact is, planning out the way it has panned out just makes me even more suspicious, and I'm not going to contribute to a hit piece done against demonstrable reality in any shape or form, or even the flat earth. I'm not going to contribute towards that. So I'm going to decline the offer. Appreciate it if it was genuine and heartfelt. I appreciate that very much. But I'm politely going to decline. Because I don't want anything to do with this. Because it's, to me, it's a big setup. The grand finale will be some huge mockumentary swayed by big budgets and big TV companies who've got all the methods, the madness and the money to make it happen in their eyes and present it for their viewers to see it in a certain way, which would be anything but demonstrably true as far as a representation of what's going on. That's just my feelings on it. I don't trust it. I appreciate the offer, but I won't be going to Antarctica. I just find it very, very interesting. I've highlighted the new face of the flat earth who no one's heard of, and suddenly this mystery donation comes in for me. Have a good week, everyone.